literally learning how to write like essays and articles and stuff like that helped me figure out like there are actually things that I like use in music, like transitions and stuff like that.
Oh.
And like how to, I don't know.
Damn, that's actually really interesting.
Yeah, like learning how to make, they call them like transition sentences,
Yeah.
make one paragraph go into the next.
Did you have a different moniker before Judge?
Always Judge.
Really?
Yeah, it's my real name. Swear to God. Oh yeah, on this interview, I will not leak, it's my last name.
Yeah.
You can ask me anything, but I won't leak because I was a fucking janitor twice. I was a janitor at a country club and a janitor at a grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
And the second time I was like, I am never doing this shit again.
Did you graduate?
I did graduate.
Oh.
Yeah. I got a bachelor's degree.
Wow.
Out here. This is all super, she's a good interview. It's all super secret information, but yeah. I was doing a session, I went outside and had a smoke and looked at Thug's Instagram story and I heard my beat and I was just like, I lost my shit. They pop in frame.
Hi, this is Lauren of Sidewalk. I'm here with Judge.
Let's go. With our theme music.
I love this theme music.
Another episode of Sidewalk Talks.
I first heard your stuff from the I'm Okay, the remix that you did.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then I was like, I think Andrew showed it to me. I'm like, wait, who's this? And then I like went all the way down, like researched everything,
This
like
kid's
read.
tight.
So were you born in Kansas or?
Kansas City,
Yeah.
Missouri. I'm from a city.
Yeah.
I'm not from.
Kansas City.
Everybody thinks I'm from Kansas, which is like the farm side, but I'm actually from Missouri. It's super confusing.
Yeah.
They called it Kansas City. I don't know why, but it's in Missouri.
Were your parents from there as well?
No. Well, my mom's from Missouri, and my dad is actually from California.
Oh.
He's from like right by Sacramento, yeah.
Yeah. So what made them like move to Kansas City?
They're bored. I don't know. It's cheap. My dad came for work. He worked for the paper, for the Kansas City Star.
Oh.
And my mom went
what
there for
does
school.
he do for them? Like.
He was he's a cartoonist.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, political cartoonist.
What does it look like?
Little shitty drawings. No. He does like black and white, like pin drawings, you know. And now he's a baseball reporter too. Covers the Royals. That's how I got this hat, my bad.
And so, but they're not like, was your mom like creative then?
No, I'm just kidding. Well, no, she doesn't like, my mom's a therapist.
Yeah.
So professionally she's not, but she's definitely like, you know, creative. She does like, you know, stuff.
How do you describe yourself like growing up?
Myself?
Yeah.
Super cool. Always dope. I'm just trying to flex as hard as I can in this interview.
It's working so far.
Good. No, you know what's funny is just like, I feel like I've always just been me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I played sports and stuff growing up and like.
What sports?
I played mainly basketball and baseball. Those are my main two. But then I got into music like young. I had two older brothers.
Oh.
And we started playing like, I played in bands, emo bands, pop punk bands and stuff like that.
Oh, wait, what was the instrument? Oh, guitar.
Yeah. Mainly bass.
Yeah.
That was the easiest one, so.
Was that something that you like picked up and taught yourself, or did you like have classes?
No,
wow.
I have never taken a music lesson in my life, yeah.
Wow.
Taught myself everything.
But what kind of music were your parents playing in the house?
A lot of, like, first stuff I ever heard was the Beatles.
Yeah.
They loved the Beatles and, like, old classic rock, like Bob Dylan and Jimi Hendrix, stuff like that. And then I really, like, my brothers were into kind of, like, punk and emo and indie music, and I really got into, like, hip-hop and then, like, eventually dance music and production and all that, yeah.
Were they in bands as well, or?
Yeah.
Oh, all of you guys?
My oldest brother was, like, they were both in bands. My oldest brother had a band that was like popular in Kansas City, so he was like the musical star before me.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But I passed him up so quick.
What does he do now, or what do they do now?
They're both artistic still. My oldest brother is he does a bunch of stuff for work. He's working for some company doing like data entry, but he's a video game designer.
Oh.
He's independently making his own video game.
That's crazy.
And my middle brother is a writer. And he's written for like magazines and newspapers and stuff. Yeah.
So you guys are all like spread out, like just conquering the creative realms.
Yeah, we all started in music and we've all spread out.
Yeah.
But I'm carrying the music flag for the Judge family.
Were you into school back then?
How so? Like, did I like it?
Were you good? Or like academic? Do you like going to class? Were you good at any subjects?
I got good grades, but I didn't like school.
What were your favorite subjects?
English.
Yeah?
Definitely, because I liked writing. Yeah, I liked like expressing myself, being creative.
Do you think that helps with like some of the songs that you like?
Actually,
now, right? Yeah.
Actually, yes. Literally learning how to write like essays and articles and stuff like that helped me figure out like there are actually things that I like use in music, like transitions and stuff like that.
Oh.
And like how to, I don't know.
Damn, that's actually really interesting.
Yeah, like learning how to make, they call them like transition sentences,
Yeah.
make one paragraph go into the next, stuff like that. Actually does like help with music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then how did you start taking like music more and more seriously? Was it always something that you wanted a career in, or?
Yeah, so I started producing at a super young age. My family got a computer with GarageBand when I was in 8th grade. So I've been producing since then, and then really by the time I was like 18, I knew like this is definitely what I want to do. Yeah.
Did you have a different moniker before Judge?
Always Judge.
Really?
Yeah, it's my real name. Swear to God. Oh yeah, on this interview I will not leak. It's my last name.
Yeah.
You can ask me anything, but I won't leak my first name.
That's the thing. Like I
know.
tried so hard to like find some like other stuff about you, maybe like high school articles, you know.
Nothing.
Couldn't do it nor style.
I'm a man of mystery. Everyone I figure if I hype it up enough, all people will be like, what's his first name?
Yeah, I was even searching on Reddit and stuff.
That's what I'm saying. People don't know. I could be anyone. But I'm definitely Judge. That is my real last name.
Yeah. So after like high school, what did you do?
Not shit. Sat around for a couple years and
just like working out. You like sold like beats and stuff,
yeah,
right?
I was basically like coming from Kansas City. I just like didn't know anybody in the music industry. So literally I was just grinding on SoundCloud and Twitter, just like trying to meet anybody I could to work with. I really came from like rap, so it started with like working with SoundCloud rappers and just literally selling beats on PayPal to survive and just building up from there.
How did you get from like the band phase to more of the rap stuff? Were your friends listening to more rap?
I was like really the one, like I really rap just was always like my favorite music. I got like an Outkast CD when I was like 10, and ever since then I just like love rap. And really just like through meeting people, it was just like that, those were the beats I was making for years, and I didn't like have anyone to work with, and eventually just like met people, and then through SoundCloud and Twitter and et cetera, you know, that's how I started getting into it.
What did your parents think about you? Just like, did they even get it at the beginning?
They were, you know, like they've always been supportive for sure, like creatively. They were always like, you know, do your thing, but I definitely like, they knew how hard it is to make money doing this for sure. So they were always like in the back of your mind, like maybe get a job, maybe, you know, do this on the side. And I was always like, no, this is my job,
So you never had like a plan B or anything outside of music that you
No
could
plan
do?
B, yeah, and if I fail, I'm fucked. I have no other skills, so.
Yeah, where do you think you got that determination from?
You know, like, I don't know, it's a good question. I think just going through life and realizing like, I don't know. I just realized I was like, this is like my vocation. This is my skill. This is my calling. Like nothing else.
Yeah.
Really like working, cause I was a fucking janitor twice. I was a janitor at a country club and a janitor at a grocery store. And the second time I was like, I am never doing this shit again.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be a musician. I'm not supposed to be sweeping floors, so.
Did they never ask you to like go to college or anything?
No, I did go to college.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I had pretty good grades, so I got some scholarships and stuff.
Where do you go?
To Mizzou, University of Missouri.
Oh, and then you studied music or you studied?
I studied English.
Oh.
But it's funny because you asked me, like when I knew I wanted to do music. On
Yeah.
the way, literally on my first day, on the way to Mizzou, I stopped at, do you know who Tech Nine is?
No.
The rapper? Oh, okay. He's like a Kansas City legend.
Oh.
And it's people will laugh when they hear that because he's like, I think he's like Insane Clown Posse type vibes. But I stopped at his record label on the way to my first day of college because I was like, yo, maybe before I go do this, let me go see if I can get signed real quick. So I knew like from day one.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do. Yeah.
But did you even enjoy like the English classes that you did in college?
No, it sucked. I like writing.
Yeah.
And it was interesting, but I kind of like the whole time I was there, I literally did English
Yeah.
because I had good grades, in high school, and I was like, English will be the easiest thing for me to do and still do music like full time,
Yeah. Did you never want to study music?
No, you know what? I did for a while, and I actually looked at a couple like music schools.
Yeah.
But they were hella expensive, and I didn't get like scholarships. But then after, it's funny. Like after a while, now I'm glad I never did.
Yeah.
Because no one ever taught me how to make music. You know what I mean? So it's all very much me. My personal creativity.
Yeah. And did people, when you were in college, know that you made music, or like were you even like DJing and stuff?
Yeah, it started slow for sure, but we got I had a couple of friends out there. Actually, a guy I still work with named Mark Goon.
Oh.
He went to Mizzou too. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize. I did the song.
Yeah,
for
yeah.
him. Yeah.
He just released one. He was like a big influence just in terms of getting to know people and starting to work and like get my music out. So after I started like working with him, people kind of knew. Yeah.
Did you graduate?
I did graduate.
Oh.
Yeah. I got a bachelor's degree.
Wow.
Out here. This is all super. She's a good interview. It's all super secret information, but yeah, people just think I'm a fucking head ass producer. But no, I have a degree.
Did your parents like expect you to graduate?
Yeah.
So you kind of did it for them then, or did you do it for yourself?
No, I did it 100% for them because I was ready to drop out, but they had saved up money, and between that, like my scholarships, I was like, I should finish.
Yeah. Do you regret it, like, looking back? You wish you dropped out. You didn't give a crap.
You know what? I did for a long time. I was like, yo, I'm just wasting my time here. But now I'm really glad how everything worked out. I'm glad that I had the time to kind of work and get better as a musician. That's really, like, helped me out here,
And then, so after that, after you graduated, then you were just, like, doing beats and stuff. It was at the period of time that you were...
Yes.
And then, but did it always click to you that you wanted to move to LA?
Yeah, I knew, I kind of just always wanted to just because I know, like, the music industry's out here. But I think I came out here first time, like, 2010.
Oh, wow.
Or 2011 with Mark Goon, actually, to do music stuff. And after then, I was like, yes, I need to live there.
Yeah. So was there a specific turning point that you realized that you're ready?
Yeah, what really, like, made it all happen is when I met Lil Aaron.
Oh.
I came out here, I think, in 2014 or 2015, at the end of 2015. And I met him through friends, and we worked together a bunch. And after that, I was like, yes, this is the time to be
Yeah. And then how was Young Thug the first big break you had, or did you have, like, big breaks before that?
Yeah, that was the first, I guess, real, like, major placement I had.
Yeah.
I did a couple things that had been on, like, labels and albums and stuff, but that was my first, like, real produced by Judge major placement for sure. Yeah.
And how did that go about?
Well, Thug is, like, my favorite artist. Him and Kanye West are, like, my favorite musicians. So that was, like, literally a dream come true. I knew his A&R, the guy who, like...
You kept on, like, sending stuff to him.
Literally, I was sending stuff to him. He followed me, like, 2 years ago. And for the whole last year, I was just... Every time I, like... every month or two, I just take all my new beats and send them. Because I was like, Young Thug is the #1 person I want to produce for. And then after, I think a year or a year and a half of sending him stuff, we finally got one.
Yeah. And then he's cut, like, how, you didn't even know that was, like, finally placed, right? You saw it on his, like, Insta
Yes.
stories or Snapchat or something?
Yeah, he had texted me, the guy Jeff, who's his A&R, who's the man. Shout out Jeff, you've changed my life. He had texted me, he's like, keep this beat on hold, which he had, like, done before.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know, whatever.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly. And then I was doing a session, I went outside and had a smoke and looked at Thug's Instagram story, and I heard my beat, and I was just like, I lost my shit. I was in the middle of, it was over in West Hollywood. It was at Alexander Lewis's in West Hollywood, and I was in the middle of the street just like,
Holy
yes!
Yeah.
I was screaming. People looked at like I
Yeah.
was probably crazy, but
But you didn't hear the final thing until it was, like, out, right?
No.
Is that common? To, like, not even be able to, like, work on it, like,
no,
between?
I mean, it's more, it'll happen for sure. I
Yeah.
think Thug, especially him and his camp, are like super closed. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like nobody hears his stuff. So I think with him especially, it's kind of rare to like not hear at all.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I was texting Jeff. I was
Yeah.
like, let me get a bounce, and he's like, no leaks. Can't I
Damn.
think Thug had
that's
he had a
why
bunch
he's
of
scared
leaks.
the
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Damn, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
I
So
know,
what was
I
your
was-
reaction when you saw it, like, out? Like,
I was died.
you died?
Best day of my life. I died.
Oh my
I
god.
died and went to heaven. And I was so happy because I was like, I hope it's a good song. I was like, no matter
Yeah.
what, I'm hyped. But then I hope like he did a dope song.
Yeah,
and
and
then
it's so cool.
it was my favorite song on the album. I was
Oh
like,
my
it
gosh.
was actually a good song. So.
Wow. And then did people find you after that? Like, people behind
Yeah.
the scenes more and more, they knew that you did the beat?
Yeah, that gave me like a huge cosign, and we got my tag. We got So Good on the album, which was like a huge thing for me. So then, yeah, people heard the So Good, and they knew it was produced by me, and then yeah, that definitely opened up some doors
Yeah.
after that.
And how about your branding, like the orange and black? How did you think of that? And the font and everything. It's like pretty cohesive.
Yeah,
It's so good, too.
I'm just like a genius who just
Still
does like
flexing.
awesome stuff at all times. No, you know what's fun? Like, okay, so I have the logo,
Yeah.
Judge logo. It's the wolf,
Yeah.
and it's actually it is a Wyandotte Indian, like, thing. I'll tell you something else. So that is actually like it's like a symbol. They have like a bunch of, the Wyandotte Indians are from near Kansas City.
Yeah.
And they had a bunch of like things, like animal symbols that were like mythology, you know,
Right.
related. So we originally, I made a logo of that was like black and gold. And then my friend, I think it was definitely Rashawn X, who's like the homie. And he lived at the house with me and Lil Aaron. He's a great designer and graphic visual artist. He like came up with the black and orange color scheme. And then we just ran with it since then.
So it's just like from his designs. I thought they were like
Yeah.
maybe your favorite colors. It's like interesting favorite
No,
colors.
it's interesting because it started as black and gold.
Yeah.
And I just liked that, and then he tweaked the gold, and I was like, this is dope.
Yeah.
And then now they are my favorite colors. So.
Yeah. How do you think your music has changed since the really early songs you put out?
It's gotten way better. I feel like, I just got better as a musician,
Yeah.
both like technically and artistically. So I just know how to do more, and
Yeah.
I better at expressing myself. You know?
How about the sound itself?
The sound has changed so much.
Yeah.
Because now I'm trying to be, my goal is to be the most, do anything.
Yeah.
No genres, no boxes. I've dropped house songs, trap songs, rap songs, pop songs where I'm singing. So the sound itself has definitely like evolved
Yeah.
and changed, yeah.
Do you think is there any disadvantages to that? Like people can't really hear you and like, oh, that's
Yes.
a judge beat because you do too much?
Yes, I think I'm trying to play the long game because I think eventually it clicks. I see it click with people after they hear like the fourth or fifth thing. They're like, oh
Yeah.
shit, this is all Judge. But in the short term, it does, because if you're not super tapped into one genre, you know, if you don't have that instantly identifiable sound,
Right.
like a bass nectar or whoever, yeah, I think it does hurt you in terms of like branding.
Yeah.
Artistically, no,
Yeah.
because it makes I can work with more people
Yeah.
than ever, you know. But as far as branding, yeah.
And like last year, and even like coming up this year, you're doing a lot more like shows and stuff.
Yeah.
Was that like you got like an agent, or like how did that come about?
Yeah, I did. I'm working with my man Rob at Spin. I just saw him last night. Shout out Rob. He'll probably watch this. You better watch this, Rob. I got lots of agents I could be working with. Yeah, Rob and Spin have been huge over the last year.
Yeah.
And have been putting me on shows and yeah, everything.
Do you want to be more like behind the scenes, like producing stuff, or do you want to be more of like an artist, like DJing, touring?
Yeah. It's kind of like I want to do everything.
Yeah.
I want to do both. I'm really committed to both. Like I came up from, I didn't really like capitalize on the SoundCloud wave, like a lot of, you know.
Yeah, what was it? Why? Or do you just not like want to like join the whole repost gang?
I was not repost gang, yeah. And I was like on the other side. I was just making rap beats. Like
Yeah.
that's where I came from, like
Yeah.
producing for artists.
Right. So you didn't
Instead
even
of-
really like mind like if you.
No,
you're just,
I
like,
was.
it was just
I
like
was
a portfolio to you, kind
Yeah.
of, to put on SoundCloud.
I was like, I'm gonna be. Yeah, exactly. I
Yeah.
used it as, I just reposted songs I produced for my friends and whoever.
Yeah.
And then I eventually realized, like, oh, I could be like the artist. I
Yeah.
could put out my own music. I
Yeah.
could go DJ and shit.
Do you regret that looking back? Like you wish that you
Yeah.
like started earlier on
Yeah,
SoundCloud?
as soon as I got to LA and I saw Ari, Y2K,
Yeah.
he played some big ass show and I was like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I was like, I could do this.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Do you think you have more pressure now to catch up?
No, you know it's interesting. There is some pressure because I'm like, I haven't established this, but because it's later, I feel more freedom to do what I want to do. You know what I mean?
Right,
Because
yeah.
it's like the SoundCloud era is kind of dying.
Mhm.
You know, there's so much EDM or dance music.
Yeah.
So everyone's a producer, and now I'm like, I have the opportunity to kind of come in and do something different. So
Yeah.
yeah,
What would you say have been your biggest challenges so far?
sleeping. It's my
Really?
thing. Yeah, I work a lot and I don't sleep. Yeah, just I mean the industry is just challenging in general. Just to to break through and make the right connections. Yeah, I would say that probably is just getting in the right position to know the people. To it took me years to meet Jeff to eventually place a Young Thug song. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that never would have happened without him. So just that's the hardest stuff is
Yeah.
just finding your path in your lane.
How do you say you've grown since when you started, like as a person?
Oh wow, so much. So much. Like that's because music is such a grind and it's so competitive. Like that's a good thing about it. I feel like it weeds out people who just, want to do it for clout or fame. Like you really gotta love this shit to work as hard as you have to work to make it, to succeed. So I think it's just made me more focused and more, I know like what my goals are with this a lot more now than I did before.
Right. Yeah.
Because every kid just wants to be a rock star, and now I'm like, no, I want to be an artist. I want to be a producer. I want to be a DJ. Like, I got a clearer plan. So I think it's made me hopefully a better person, maybe
Yeah.
a worse person.
Oh my God, no.
Who knows? That's for y'all to decide. That would have been so tight if I walked into that right as I said that. On my Kanye shit.
Last question. What do you want to be remembered for?
I wanted to make a joke, but this is like a serious question.
You can make a joke. Barely anyone's made a
Be
joke
like-
for this
Being
question,
the
so
coolest motherfucker. Like,
still flexing. Half an hour later.
I want to be remembered the greatest flexes. No, I want to be remembered for, you know what is, I want to be remembered the way I remember, like David Bowie. After he died, I was like, man, he was just a person who was like, he inspired people to be themselves.
Yeah.
So I hope I do everything my own way. I sound different, I look different, my music's different, and I hope it inspires people to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Excuse me.
That's awesome. Oh, thank
Right?
you so much.
Was that a dope answer?
Yes.
Judge's tight as fuck.
Bye, guys.
That's the tag at the end.